Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we would make a taco, kind of a taco casserole. I've never made it in here, so I'm gonna use this Ninja Foodi this time. This is a great machine, okay? Like, I mean, it does so many things. So I've never used the Saute option, which is just like cooking something in a pot on your stove. So I thought I would try that today, and y'all can be here and with me to see how it works. So what I'm gonna do is I have this springform pan, okay, and I'm gonna cook in here first the hamburger meat and the taco meat. And then I'm gonna, wash this out, and then we'll layer up the taco casserole. So first thing I'll do, I have 2 pounds of hamburger meat. I'm just gonna put that in there. And I got that hamburger meat is so expensive right now, and I was just refusing to pay $7 for a pound of hamburger meat. So I got the 73.27. which is going to be a little more fatty, of course, but that's fine because I was scared 2 pounds might be a lot for this pan. So this will cook down and I'll rinse all the fat and it'll be good. So I chopped up 1 big yellow onion. I'm just going to pour that in here. And then I also I bought these at Walmart, these green chilies, hot green chilies, and I drained them. And I'm just gonna pour those in here because I like my stuff spicy. And then I'll just put, I don't know how much pepper, maybe a tablespoon or so. Alright, so we're just going to set this on. I've used the pressure cooker, I've used the air crisp, but I've never used any of the other stuff. So today we're going to use the broil. I think I'll probably use that to kind of brown up the cheese on the top after I air crisp it. We'll see, I don't know. So I'm going to set it to sear saute, and it's just a high, I guess I'll just leave it on high. We'll see. We'll see how chop all this stuff up. And this pot that comes in this Ninja Foodi, okay. Oh my gosh. It is amazing. It's like a ceramic pot. So you always just want to make sure you use like wooden spoons and stuff in this. So we're going to see how this hamburger meat cooks up. I'm curious to see. So we also have, I'm going to layer, I have some flour tortillas, a pack of these. I have a can of refried beans. I don't usually eat refried beans, but my sister loves them, so this is really for her. So I'm just kind of making this. I'm sure I'll eat some, but I'm going to put those in. I have a can. What size is this can? 11-ounce can. This steam fresh Mexican corn, the corn with like the peppers. I have a bag, an 8-ounce bag of Mexican blend cheese, but I also grated a 8-ounce block of extra sharp cheddar. I don't know that I'll need all this. I just like it really cheesy. And I have 2 packs of taco seasoning. Okay, it's a lot faster than the stove, but I can hear it. It's starting to cook now. This will probably take about 10 minutes or so. This machine is so handy. Like, I cooked a whole head of cauliflower in here. There's a basket that comes with it. Where is the basket? Well, oh, here it is. So it comes with this basket, all right, and it's like slotted, and there's like a little trivet that sits on the bottom, and I put the whole head of cauliflower in there and like cut an X in the top. And if you put it on pressure or cook, it cooked the whole head of cauliflower in like, I don't know, it was like 3 minutes or something like that. It is crazy fast. I've made beans in here. Like usually I put my beans in a crock pot and just cook them overnight. Like I put them on at like 11 or 12 at night and I just let them cook all night, but I just let them soak like overnight, and then I put them in here, and it only takes like 5 minutes to cook like pintos or like the Great Northern beans. You just put them on pressure. So we'll finish letting this get browned up, and then we'll put in the water and the taco seasoning. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can slide this over and you can see. I'm going to slide my tripod over and you can see the hamburger meat cooking. You know, it's just like the stovetop. So this would be awesome to make like chili or something like that. Okay, I think it's been about 10 minutes. I've just let this cook with the onions. And I'm going to go ahead and drain it really quick and then put it back in the pot. I drained the hamburger meat, got all that grease out, and now we are going to add 2 packs. This just calls for, 1 pound of meat, so we're going to put in 2 packs of the taco seasoning. And it calls for a 2/3 cup of water per pack. So what do I do? Here it is. So I measured that out, put it in this little bowl. This is really nice. Like, this works great. I mean, it's just, the past couple of videos I've done, I've used the other air fryer Pro Plus, and that is great for, like, with the shelves in it. You can just cook things. Like, I cook apples with brown sugar and butter in there, just like in a glass dish. Or I've cooked whole chickens because it has a rotisserie. I've cooked whole chickens, pork loin. What else? A whole turkey breast in there. Of course, this one doesn't do that. You can cook a whole chicken or what. You can still cook the same thing in there. This just doesn't have a rotisserie function. But if you have this pot and the other air fryer, you are set. Like, you can do anything. So we're just going to let this cook down. Let some of this water evaporate. Probably been about 15 minutes. Just sauteing it down, the hamburger meat, to where I can get all the water out. I don't want it, I wanted to cook it down, let most of the water evaporate so it doesn't make the taco salad gooey and watery. Alright, we'll turn this off for right now. And we will go ahead and layer start layering this. So I took, this is about an between 8.5 and 9-inch springform pan. And this is good for like dropping down. I don't have like the slings and stuff because we're gonna air fry this down in this pot. So I made a sling. You can make one out of foil and I'll show you that. So these smell so good. So these just kind of fit right down in there, okay? I'll open up this other cheese. Got that ready. We'll open up these refried beans. Stir these up a little bit. Alright. And we have our corn. What else? Cheese, corn. I think that's all we're going to put in it. So I'm just going to start. I got this other more of a scoopable spoon. And we're just going to take a scoop of the hamburger meat and just spread it around the bottom. And I'm not sure how many layers we're going to do. I've never made this in a pan like this. We'll put a little bit of corn in there. Spread that out. We'll put some of these refried beans in here. You know, you can just kind of layer it and just put kind of as much, I guess, you know, just a little bit. You know, you're going to do a couple of layers, so we'll take another one, drop that in here, and I think I'm going to put the refried beans on first because they're easier to smear on this tortilla than trying to smear it in on the other ingredients, so we'll do that. I'll put some more hamburger meat. I think this is going to be really good. I'm going to put a little bit of the sharp cheddar in here along with the Mexican cheese. So the good thing is most of this, well, not most of it, all of this is cooked. So we don't have to cook it, you know, we just need to get it nice and warm and all the cheese melted. Another one, a little more refried beans. I think we're gonna get, how many was that? 1, 2, this is the third layer. And I'm sure if you have teenagers, they would probably love this. Because once this springform pan is popped open, after you let this cool, it'll just be like a big pie you can cut. So they'll probably love that. Well, not even teenagers, anybody. Alright, some more hamburger meat. Cheese. Y'all, I love cheese in everything. Everything. So good. And I think I have 2 avocados, so I think I might make some, at the end of this video, I'll make some homemade guacamole. And I guess we'll put the last of our refried beans, because I think this is going to be our last layer. We'll just finish using this. You can do this in the oven also. You know, anything you can do in the air fryer, you can do in the oven. I'd probably put this on like 425 for maybe like 20 minutes or so. Alright, beans. Let's go ahead and put the cheese on here. I mean the corn, the rest of the corn. Just spread that around. And then I'm going to have to get the rest of this hamburger meat on here. I might not use all of it. We'll see. Because I definitely want to get a good layer of cheese on top of here. I think I've used it all with maybe like a half a spoon. So we'll just leave it there. We'll put the rest of this Mexican cheese on there. Spread it around. And then and if this boils over it's fine. We're gonna air fry this, so we just really want the cheese to get melted down nice in all the layers. All right. So there we go. We have a pan. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean out my pot really quick, and then we will go ahead and insert this in and start air frying it, okay? The pot is clean. I took some of the wide foil, like the big long roll of foil, and what I did was I just folded it into 3. You see? So that way, because I don't have any other kind of utensils, I don't want to use metal tongs or anything to put this down in here. So this trivet goes on the bottom of that air fryer basket that I showed you, and it just kind of helps, you know, the air circulate. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this pie here, like in the center of this. And then move this over a little bit. We're going to set that here. Now, I've never done this, but you just set it on the trivet, because I don't want to have to try to, well, I guess we can just put the trivet down in there. So just drop this piece down in the air fryer, and we're going to pick this up. You see, it's just like it'll be just like a sling with hand, and you can fold it down, okay? And that way you can grab your food out without getting burned. So we'll just put it in there and just kind of fold down the handles, because we don't want them in the way of like the air fryer. We can unroll them when it's done. So like that. We'll put the lid on. And we will cook this. I think I'm going to try cooking this for maybe, I'm going to put it on air crisp. And we'll put it on temperature 400 time. We'll put it on, we'll put it on 15 minutes. That's probably way long enough for this. I just want to make sure we get all the cheese and everything done. So we'll just start that, and in 15 minutes we'll check it, see what it looks like. If we need to brown the cheese, we can put it on broil and just get the top nice and crispy. I had it cooking for 15 minutes. Oh, well, I put it on 15 minutes, and a few minutes ago I just checked it, and I think I let it had cooked for 12 minutes. So I think that looks good. We're gonna stop it at 12 minutes. I'm gonna roll up this foil here. And pull this out. If I can grab onto it good, please. Woo. So there we go. Got cheese all over the place. So there is our taco casserole. It looks so golden brown and so pretty. And I'm gonna have to let that cool. I thought we could make some guacamole, so I have two avocados here. These felt really firm in the store, but this is all they had. So, and I want to save these seeds. Usually I whack into them and pull the seed out, but I want to save them because I think I might plant them. Y'all know I'm like an avid gardener, okay? So let's see if I can get these out. I used all my tomatoes for my tomato pie, so these are the only tomatoes I have. These little cherry tomatoes, so we're gonna use those. We'll cut those up. So we'll just take a big spoon and just scoop this out. I'm still trying to decide how I'm gonna get this seed out without messing it up. And see, if you use a spoon, it just cleans out the skin so nice. Look, I mean, there's like nothing in there. Like one of these kind of bigger spoons. I love avocados. And I know some people, these are a little tough down here on the end. I know a lot of people, they either like guacamole or they don't. Now, if you go to a restaurant, a lot of times that guacamole is in a can and it's disgusting. Oh my gosh, it's so bland. So mine is just simple. My guacamole is simple, but it tastes really good. All right, let's get these two seeds out of here without damaging them. I think I nicked that one a little bit. Make sure there's nothing in there. No part of the seed. See, I like my avocados a little more firm like this. I don't want to cut myself. I already nicked myself once today with a colander. So I'm going to keep my little seeds. I'm going to wash these off and I'm going to put them in a little pot. I grew some avocados. They make a nice little house plant. Alright, let's go ahead. Let me get a fork. So for my guacamole, I might have to chop these up a little bit better since they're a little firmer. See if we can squish these up with this fork. All right, I got the guacamole nice and squished up. That fork, it took a minute because it was, you know, like I said, it's a firmer avocados. And then I just take a couple of little tomatoes, dice them up. Alright, and then, what was that, 4 or 5 little cherry tomatoes. Just put those in, and then I would say probably a teaspoon of garlic, I guess. A tiny bit of salt. I don't use much salt when I cook. And you know, maybe like a half a teaspoon of pepper or something. Then you have like really good, let me make sure that I have, oh yeah, that's really good. Put a little more pepper in it. So that'll just be your homemade guacamole. Tomatoes, avocados, salt, pepper, and some minced garlic. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to let this cool for a little while longer. And because when I pop this open, I don't want my taco casserole to go flopping out, right? I just want it to let it cool and just firm up a little bit. So we'll let that happen. I'll clean up my area. And also on the guacamole, like some people, I know most people probably know this, but once you make it, like get you a piece of saran wrap and lay in here and just press it all down into the guacamole. Like if you're not eating it immediately, because I'm making this for my sister and she won't be home for like 4 hours. So just press some saran wrap down and get all the air out of the guacamole, and it'll keep it from turning brown. And you can use a little bit of lemon juice also, but definitely use the saran wrap. All right, we'll be back. I'll let this cool and we'll pop it open and see how it looks. I just wanted to show y'all what I meant. So I transferred my guacamole into a little small plastic bowl, and I just put a piece of saran wrap down in. And you see how I just pressed it? That way it's kind of airtight. Okay? It's airtight down in there so it won't get brown on you in the refrigerator because nobody wants to eat any brown guacamole. Okay, be back. Okay, I've probably let this cool for probably a good 45 minutes. I just wanted it to get nice, and so we're just gonna pop this off. Take it off very slowly. It's very oily. Hold on. Okay. So here is our taco casserole. It looks so yummy. Yeah, you definitely, I mean, if you just make this in a different pan, I put it in that so I could put it in the air fryer, but you can make this in anything. You can make this in a square dish, just lay your tortillas out. You don't have to do this, you know, but, so I just wanted it to cool. So we'll cut a piece. The springform pan is wonderful for the air fryer though. Cut a little. Alright. Let's pull a piece out. Get up under that bottom of that springform pan. There. It looks so yummy. Okay. So there is the taco casserole. And I got out a little bit of, I got this thick and chunky salsa. I got some of this. I'm just going to pour a little bit of this on there. A little bit of that. A little spoon of sour cream. And some of the fresh guacamole. There. See, that guacamole's been in there, what, 30, 40 minutes, and you see it's totally still green. Just to do the little saran wrap trick. Okay. So there it is. It looks so good. And you can put lettuce and tomato on here, anything you want. Oh my gosh. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, like I said, you could just make this in the oven. Just mix up how we did and cook it on maybe 425 till, you know, the cheese gets nice and bubbly. Because everything is already cooked. So anyway, man, I wish somebody was here to eat some of this. Because it's a lot, okay? Here we go. Cheese dripping out. It's yummy. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you watching the video. And if any one of you make this, please let me know. I would love to hear what you think. Okay? Bon appetit. See you next time. Bye.